Hello, you lot. How's it going? Do you ever notice, right, that humans are very strange because we're never happy with what we've got. We always want something new, something bigger and better. For example, just take cars. A lot of people, they want a new car. There's probably nothing wrong with their old car, but they want a new one. And there's probably nothing wrong with their old phone, but they want a new phone. And that leads to massive wastage, because if there's nothing wrong with it, there's no need to get rid of it. And I was talking, right, to one of the top supervisors on a building site somewhere, and I was told that these days most new build houses are built to have a lifespan of around about 25 years. 25 years. Apparently that's because after 25 years they're usually pretty damaged and destroyed by the people living in them, that they just knock them down and build a new one. I find that unbelievable if that's true, because I don't know about you, but I live in a bungalow that's, well, it's over 60 years old, I think. Well, it definitely is over 60 years old, and that's still standing strong at the moment. And I bet a lot of you lot probably live in houses that are 100, more than 100 years old, especially if you're in America, because I'm pretty sure a lot of your houses over there are very old, from 1800s and more. Same over here in England. So I find it unbelievable. Cars, you know, that's why, see, manufacturers nowadays, they make stuff not to last, because they want people to come and buy another one. They want people to think, oh, right, cars, let's take cars for example, yeah? They make them not really to last, although they do last a fair while if you look after them properly. But they know that most people won't look after their car. They'll thrash it, they won't service it on time, or not on time, but they won't service it at all half the time. They won't look after it, they'll go down potholes, they'll do this and do that. And when it starts to get a little bit tatty, when it starts to get a little bit loose on the steering and needs new bushings or new engine mounts because they haven't been changing gear properly, or they've been dumping that clutch a little bit too hard, and the engine mounts are a bit floppy now, making it a little bit instead of just getting new things, what they do is they want a new car, or they want a different car that's newer. So then they go out and get some finance to get a brand new car from a dealership. Now, there's nothing wrong with the old car, it's just a little bit loose and a little bit tired in certain areas, so they need to get some new bushes, some new track rod ends, wishbones, whatever it may be, engine mounts. Maybe the engine's a little bit tired, not quite as powerful as it used to be, because they haven't kept up with servicing, so it's a little bit worn out. But they want a new one, and manufacturers know that, so they don't make things to last. With older cars, tough, absolutely tough, you know. You could skip a service probably and you'll be absolutely fine. You know, I've come across old cars where the oil is as black as you could imagine, like bloody crude oil. Put fresh oil in it, no problem at all. Away we go. It's a funny old world that we live in. One side of the humans, you got the ordinary side, you know, the poor to normal side, which are the consumers. We consume products And then you've got the rich side, yeah, the very rich side. They're the ones that look down on everybody else, and they make the products, and they want to rake in the money. They want to rake in the old pizza dough, you know what I mean? They make the products, and they know what the rest of us want. We always want something new and something bigger and better. Or maybe just better, not necessarily bigger. This is why they're always doing things to make us want things. Make us want things better. Shops, for example, you know, you go into a shop and you might want some milk. But they put the milk at the back of the shop because it's a thing that people want more. Although corner shops are sometimes different, because on the corner shop that I go in, the milk's right there as you walk in the door. Oh well. So, with the supermarket though, the milk is always, you go to Tesco's, Asda, Sainsbury's, whatever. The milk is always at the back with the bread, at the back of the shop. And I bet you've never really thought about it before, but they do that so that you walk in the shop, you want to go and get your milk and your bread, because they're the things that people normally need. Bread goes mouldy, milk goes off. You eat the bread, you drink the milk quick, because you have teas, coffees, etc. Sandwiches, toasts and everything. You want that more. So you go through the shop and you look at stuff and you go, oh, cherry bakewells, oh, mince pies. And you pick up a load of crap you don't even want, going to get your milk. And then when you get to the milk, you're faced with a dilemma. Do I want a small one? Do I want 1 pint? Will that do me the rest of the week? Do I want 2 pints? Or do I want 4? Blimey. I know what I'll do. I'll get 4 pints just in case. That will make me last the rest of the week. And it's alright, if I have a bit extra, I'll just drink it. You didn't need 4 pints or 2, you needed 1 pint just to see you through a day until you go and do your shopping on a bloody Friday or whenever it is you go and do your shopping. But now you're faced with all these different bottle sizes, and the bigger bottles are always in front of all the little bottles because they want you to see the big ones and go, oh, I need a big one. It's literally a dog-eat-dog world out there, you lot. A crazy old world, you know. Phones. As I said before, phones. Nobody wants, I mean, everybody wants, but nobody needs a new phone really, unless you break it. But manufacturers are always coming up with new ones, bigger and better cameras, bigger and better processors, to make you think, oh, my one's no good anymore. It is, it's perfectly good, but you think, oh, my one's no good anymore, I need that one. That's better, I need that one. That's it, you spent £1,000. Windows on your house. You don't need new windows. Windows last a long time if you look after them, but you always get people putting little flyers, leaflets through the door. You need new windows. You always get people knocking on the door. Your windows look a bit dated there, sir. I reckon you need some new ones. I can do some new ones. I'll give you £4,000 off. There's no £4,000 off. There was never a £4,000 extra. They're telling you £4,000 off and they're just telling you the bloody price. It's a crazy, crazy world. And you need to make sure that you're not being sucked in by the crazy world. It's very mad. Very, very mad out there, you lot. You know? And you need to be careful, because if you get sucked in and you have loads of new stuff and you keep getting new stuff when you don't need new stuff, not only are you wasting money, but you're unnecessarily just wasting stuff. I mean, where is it going? If you had a carpet in your home and there's nothing really wrong with the carpet, might have a bit of a stain on it here and there, but just instead of cleaning it, you want a new one. Where does that old carpet go? Probably, more than likely, in the landfill. The people that are guilty of this, more so, the people that get sucked in to the ways of the bigger companies and all companies that want to sell things and make money, are the rich people themselves. And they're the ones that get sucked into it, but they don't care. You know, that's why. I think it's quite ironic that rich people, they got rich because they have, you know, they prey on the lesser people, shall we say. However, they then get sucked into the thing of going to shop, you know, instead of, this is another one. I don't get this, right? We all know there is shops that sell stuff and then shops that sell the same stuff but with different packaging, different branding, but it's the same stuff. But they charge a more premium price for the stuff in the lesser shop that's not quite as snazzy, like Marks and Spencer's. You're paying for that, really. You're paying for the name and all that other rubbish. You're not paying for food, quality of food, if you go in the food part of it. And you've got the other, what's the other big shops? You know, like Co-op and all that other rubbish. They're expensive, even though they're not supposed to be, but they are. If you just go into another shop that's a bit cheaper, you get the same stuff, but it's less money. And what I don't understand is, richer people, they see the snazzy packaging and the nice shop and think, I must go there and absolutely waste money and spend money on something I don't need to spend money on when I could get it cheaper somewhere else, but I won't. I want to spend more money. I like watching this, right, you got these programs, right? You got Rich House, Poor House, but the ones I like are like Rich Teens Go Skint. You watch that, I can't remember, like Channel 4 I think, and I love watching them programs, right? You get the millionaire people, right? I'm not even going to go at millionaire, but rich people, because they got where they are, usually, hopefully, through, you know, hard work and graft, which is good, which we all want that, right? We all want to just not have to worry about any money and all that, but what my point is, so you got these rich teens, yeah, born into a rich family or whatever, and that's all they know is shopping in the expensive shops and getting the same stuff as the rest of us peasants. So what happens is, normally, well always, a teenager which is in a rich family, yeah, not knowing anything else, goes and lives with a poor family. Well, some of them, they're not that poor. I mean, one episode of it, they want to live with this family, and I wouldn't say they were poor at all. I would say they were more well off than we are. But anyway, so they go there and they live a life for a week or whatever it is with this family on their budget, living in their house, doing everything what they do. And a lot of the time they don't even realise that you can go into a Morrison's and get a whole week's food shop for 50-60 quid for a family of 4, which you can do, even, but that's expensive now. It used to be about 40 quid. We used to go to Morrison's and get a whole weekly food shop for 40 quid for 4 of us. But now we're looking at 60 quid. Anyway, so you can go in there and you can get the whole shop. Rather they go in the shop, in one of them expensive shops at home, when they're living in their rich family, and they spend like 200 quid, and they get exactly the same stuff. And they're amazed a lot of the time. They're like, can't believe you can get it for this cheap. But a lot of the time they go and live with families that can't afford 40 quid for a weekly food shop, so they have to go in and buy little bits and bobs here and there. But they don't realise, do you know what I mean? I think it's just mad. It is crazy. I mean, it doesn't matter how wealthy you are, I still don't believe in waste. That's my point, you know what I mean? My point is what I'm going back to. Like when I said everybody always wants new things. Everybody always wants bigger and better and new things. Even when there's nothing wrong with their old thing, whatever it is, the thing we're talking about, they always still want new ones. Something bigger and better. So my point is the waste problem. There's no need. I mean, it's not so bad if you want a new car, but your old car, which has got nothing wrong with it, which you understand there's nothing wrong with it, you just fancy something new, you've got enough money to buy it, so why not go ahead and buy it? You've worked hard for that money, so you can go and buy whatever you want. But if you're giving that old car to a family member, son, cousin, daughter, auntie, uncle, whatever, and they're going to use it and not waste it, fair enough. But if that old car gets sold to a company which then goes and scraps it, I know it's being scrapped and recycled, but it's still a waste because there's nothing wrong with the car. It could have many, many more miles left in it. And I know for a fact coming from a car background, that there is loads of cars which are perfectly good working order, or maybe some of them need a little bit of TLC, you know, the odd bush here and there, a bit of a service and some brakes. They go for scrap, when there would be somebody who's a little bit less well off would be more than happy to pay every dollar they've got, every penny, every pound they've got for that car or van, and use it for many, many years. But it's just going to be scrapped, crushed for no reason whatsoever. I think it's very, 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 very crazy. But the trouble is, a lot of it's to do with the economy, isn't it? I mean, you know, the economy keeps going, you know, companies have to sell. Where do all these cars go they make? All these tractors which are made, the cars which are made, they all just, you know, hundreds and thousands of them turn over from the production lines on different things, you know, phones and jeans and jumpers and hats and cars and tyres and everything comes off the production line every day because people go to work every day. And then for the economy, things need to be bought and sold. But I just wish that some people, you know, not, well, yeah, when I say some people, I mean most people, because there are some people that I try to do it myself, you know, unless something actually is broken and, you know, is not beyond repair maybe in some cases, but just no real good anymore, then I'll replace it, you know, like phones for example. I keep my phone well until it's out of contract, until it's not usable anymore, and then I'll get a new one. My old one, because it's typical Apple, they slowed that, I'm sure they do slow them down. They slowed down, it was so slow, you press on an app and it wouldn't even load. Even though I reset it and you know, wiped it off so many times, it was still so slow. That's when I said to myself, right, I need a new one. Anyway, before I go, you lot, I've got one more thing that I don't understand, right? So these days we've got these what are they called? Hands-free built into our cars, right? But people have them so loud that you can hear the whole conversation, right? You know, boop, 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 right? They got their windows shut and everything, and you can hear the whole conversation. Apart, you know, when they got the windows shut, you can't hear the person that's driving the car because they're not shouting, are they? They're just talking. But they got the volume up so loud that you can hear the person they're talking to, and you can hear the whole lot. I mean, the other day I heard someone talking about their piles, and I'm not even joking. This is the truth. They were talking about piles, and they got to go to the doctor. And I'm sitting there in a traffic jam, and I could hear bloody their windows were shut, you know. And I've been in a car park before, and a person shut all the windows are shut. Boop, boop, you know, phone's ringing. Boop, boop. Hello. You know, and they're just like, I don't know, I just gone down the shop, and you just think, why have you got the volume so bloody loud? It's a hands-free kit, fair enough, but you ain't got to bloody have the volume on full blast so that everybody can hear your conversation. No one cares. Turn the volume down and have a private conversation in your car. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. I don't understand it, you know? You get in there and all you can hear is and you think, bloody hell, who the bloody hell is having a phone call? And you're looking around, aren't you? Looking in the windows, and then you see one person standing there talking to thin air, like I'm talking to you, thin air, you know, and you think, right, when they stop talking, you hear the person talk on the phone, and you think, right, they're the ones having a bloody call. What? Why? Just turn the volume down. No one wants to hear your conversations. Anyway, I'm out of here, you lot. I'm on my way home. Have a wonderful day, whatever it is for you, evening, whatever. And I'll catch you on the next one, you lot. And remember, next time you fancy something new, think twice. Do you really need that new thing? Is the one that you've got still good? If the answer is yes, you don't need a new thing. Save your money or spend your money on something more worthwhile. See you later on.